So, let's do a little bit of just gentle stretching today. It's all about finding a little bit of calm and peace in our minds as well. So, we're starting in a sitting position. We're going to try and find some opening. For me, I feel quite comfortable sitting in a modified half lotus, or fire log as we call it. So the knees are stacked, the ankle is comfortable. But if this feels really uncomfortable for you, just bring your foot forward. If this still doesn't feel quite right, you can even just have your knees bent and just sit up kind of nice and tall. Whatever feels good for your sitting position, first of all. Let's take some breaths first of all. So I want you to find your connection with here and now and your breath. So bringing your hands to your heart, roll your shoulder blades down your spine. Feel the connection between your fingertips. Close your eyes and just take 5 really nice big breaths. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Feeling your sit bones connect to the floor. Feeling every fingertip touch the opposing fingertip. Feeling your shoulders melt down your spine. And feeling the breath flow up and down your back to the crown of your head so you have that beautiful length. Take one more breath and then open your eyes. Let's start to mobilize you. So we're going to start gradually and build our movements up. Palms pressing together, breathe in, lift. And as you breathe out, just fold your hands back, feel an opening through the front of the chest. Breathe in, and as you breathe back down, soften your shoulders. Breathing in to lift. Breathing out to lengthen. Now if you have very tight shoulders, sometimes I find people tend to push their heads forward because they can't get the space to bring the hands back. If you find you're doing that, and just be really honest with yourself, it's all right. Maybe lift up, make the bend a little bit smaller so you can keep that head, neck and shoulders really nice and long. Couple more breaths. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, letting the shoulder blades melt down every time you do this. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. Bring your hands to the floor, roll your shoulder blades back and down. Take a breath in, lift, and as you breathe out, just gentle side bend. Breathing back into the center and out. So breathing in, out, in, and out. So using your breath to lengthen the spine, just notice what your arm is doing as well. So sometimes if we're very tight, we tend to be here, and then we lose that stretch down the side a little bit. So maybe think about finding the length from your armpit to your fingertips. Keeping the chest lifted, breathing softly in through the nose, and out through the nose. Take a breath in, just roll your shoulder blades back and down again. Just drop your head towards your shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. So we all know we tend to hold tension in our jaw and our neck. At times like this, you maybe just need to let the breath ease it out a little bit. Couple more breaths. Just feeling the space in your neck. Allowing your neck to lengthen. Allowing your shoulders to sink down and your ear to slide towards your shoulders. Good. Breathing in this time, you're just going to walk your hands a little bit forward and then breathe out, walk back again. So drawing the belly in. Now this is up to you where we go with this. So you might start by being small or big. Some of you might be able to bring yourself all the way down, let your head drop completely. Some of you might just need to come a little way up and a little way down. Keep pressing your sit bones into the floor. So the focus is making your back long and comfortable. Again, if you want to release the neck a little bit more, see if you can just let your head drop softly down. Take a few breaths down there.
Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Draw the belly button in. Notice how you draw the belly in. Allows you to sink deeper and lower. Now if your shoulders are by your ears, your next out breath, slide your shoulder blades back. Maybe your elbows rest on the floor. So you allow the tension to unfurl out of the shoulders and drop the head even more.
Roll all the way up. Now we've been cross-legged in one position for a little while. So lengthen your legs out. Give them a little shake. See how they feel. Just turn the toes in and out. See how loose you can let your legs be. Sometimes it's nice just to let things go. Good, and let's change. So changing to the other side. Again, foot to the floor, to the calf or thigh. And we do the same few moves. So we're breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out, feeling the connection of the breath as you inhale, feel the length through your spine. As you exhale, feel the softness and openness through the front of your body. As you breathe in, let the breath come right to your fingertips. As you breathe out, soften your shoulders. A couple more. Again, you can close your eyes if you're doing this. If you want to bring that connection internal, just feel the breath and movement. Close your eyes. Notice how different the breath feels, how different your body feels. Hands back to heart. Open your eyes, hands to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Same as before, so you kind of know where to go. I'm not going to say too much this time. I'm just going to let you play with breathing in, finding the length. Breathing out, finding the softness. How does it feel now your legs have changed position? Again, we lift up, and then you just walk your hands forward to where you feel comfortable. Breathing out, and then breathing in. You can either keep the hands in the front if your back is quite tight, or the hands wider if you feel a bit looser. Press your sit bones to the floor, let your head and shoulders melt down. Come back up again. Come down. Just stay down there, and again see where you can let your body flow with your breath. Close your eyes, connect with the inhale, exhalation and the exhalation. And notice how the breath lifts your body, allows your body to melt down. If you feel any pockets of tension, give your body permission to let go. Walking your way up, let's come into opening those hips and glutes. A lot of the time if we get back pain, it's due to psoas being quite tight and pulling us forward, but also the glutes can pull on your back as well. So let's release them out. Take your top leg, there you have two options. You can bring the legs to 90 degrees, as long as you feel a stretch here, all good. Position your foot, flex the ankle. Foot flex the ankle to protect the knee if you need, or you can just find the comfort spot. Those that want a little bit more, take your leg all the way back and we roll it back into what we call swan pose. So let me just turn to the side so you can see me from a side profile, and then I'll turn back to join you. So the leg comes back, you're going to lift the chest and let the hips drop down. Now, if you're quite bending, you can walk the leg further back, but the aim is to feel the stretch through here. You also have the option to move your foot forwards or backwards to increase the stretch here. So if you're not getting it much, bring the leg to a different position. But again, in terms of intensity for stretching, you want it to be like a 5 or 6, so it's comfortable enough to sustain and improve, but not so tight that you feel like your muscles contract to protect you. Take a breath in. You can stay here, maybe come down onto your elbows, or bring your fingertips down to the floor, head rest down.
Breathe in. And as you breathe out, send the breath to your hip bones. See if you can let your hip bones soften, and as they do so, your hips melt down to the floor. If it feels nice for you today,
maybe think about just moving your hips from side to side, because we have multiple directions and dimensions to our hip joint. So just staying in one position may not necessarily get the right bit for you. So play with just moving, maybe rolling one hip down and back, finding the bit that feels a little tweaky, breathing into it and allowing it to feel better. Now your option is to stay here. If you want to take that into a slightly deeper stretch, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just have a little rotation through your ribs. Come back down. Breathing in, little rotation through your ribs. So we're rolling from hip to hip almost, and the rotation starts to allow us to sink down with gravity. Your option at any point is to come out of this as well, don't forget. Sometimes this is not great for all of us. Maybe you want to add the arm, make it a bit of a reach. Lengthening and opening. Let's try one more. And then bring the hands under the shoulders. Now you have two options. The first option, and probably the easiest one, is to slide the butt down, draw the back knee in and catch your ankle. Press the thigh forward by squeezing the bottom, and you should feel a stretch here. If you want a little bit more, your option is to come from here, just lift your back leg, sweep the hand round, catch your ankle, and then just sink the hips down towards the floor. So breathing in as you're breathing out, feeling the opening right here through the front of the hip. Remember, your option is to bring the butt down to the floor to decrease the intensity, and to make the intensity a little bit bigger, you can even just slide the leg back and roll the hips downwards towards the floor. Take some nice deep breaths. Option. If you want to take that a little bit further, maybe bring your elbow down to the floor. And let's just play with breathing again. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Breathing right into the front of the hip, feeling that open. Now you can stay that, or if you want to feel a difference in that stretch, just keep the leg where it is, switch the other hand, and then you're going to feel the stretch come down the inside of the thigh, maybe a little bit more, it all depends. If that just doesn't feel right for you today, stay with the other hand. Release out, slide the back knee in. So back to 90 degrees, hand to the floor. Level one, you're just going to lift up, roll the rib cage, get a big stretch out through the front of the body. Level twos, inhale as you exhale, press the hips high. Try rolling the rib cage to the ceiling and lifting and lengthening. So creating a beautiful big space right up the front line of the body, opening up the hips. And try pressing through that back arm a little bit more and lift. Good, land, come down. And then slide your leg all the way forward and round, back to our cross leg. Half lotus, foot to the floor, calf or thigh. Find your comfort. Take a breath in, lift up. And this time as you exhale, draw the belly in and fold forward. If this feels a bit too much, touch your hands down whenever you're ready, and then just let yourself melt down.
So we take a stretch all the way into the back of the glute. Let your head and shoulders hang down. Let your shoulders be relaxed. See if you can breathe your sit bones down into the floor a lot.
Come back up. And then we just add a shoulder stretch as well into this. So take the hand behind and just gently press back and up. Your option is to take the elbow, or if you feel comfortable, you can take the hand round behind and maybe just touch your fingers gently, but rather than pulling with tension, see if you can let your fingertips be light and gently hold. Wherever you choose to be, just find a little length, let the hips settle, breathe and open. Your option is to stay here, or if you just want a little bit more of a stretch, draw the belly in, tip your body forward. keeping the spine long. And then when you get to the point where you don't want to do this anymore, you just unfold your fingers and let go. Yes, rolling up. Let's do it all on the other side. So this time let's change legs. So we've got our swan pose. Foot forward again if you need to. Two legs 90 degrees. Choose what feels right for you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift the ribs away from the hips. We open up. Find the length in your back leg if you're straight in your leg. And as you breathe out, come to where it feels comfortable for you. Now again, if it feels nice, play with just gently rolling from hip to hip. Breathing into the glutes, allowing the hips to melt down with your breath. Feel the connection of your breath allowing you to sink deeper and the ease you create in your hip joints. If you want to add your rotation, you can come with a small arm lift or you can come with a big long arm lift. But use your breath, inhale to open, exhale to surrender. Every time you do this, think about how does it make you feel? What can you do to make this feel better for you today? Beautiful. From here, we lift back up onto the hands. Again, slide the weight onto the back butt cheek if you need to pick up the back leg and press the hip forward, or just peel the heel up and draw it in. Again, if you want a bit more, you can slide the leg back. You can breathe in as you breathe out. You can keep the elbows to the floor. But ultimately, it's your body. Let yourself decide exactly where you want to go. So whether it's here, or here, or even here, there's plenty of options for you. Final one, if you want to add a shoulder stretch, just push the foot into the hand, feel the length through the back of the shoulder as well. Feels good, eh? Perfect. Land the knee, bring the hand behind, and again we're coming into our spiral twist. So breathing into lift, or lift, or lift. See if you can breathe right from your pubic bone right up to the crown of your head. So we're feeling the breath lift you. Feel the connection of the breath drawing the belly button higher. And maybe feel the connection of your palm pressing into the floor, so lift and open. Takes a really nice big breath. And then we come down. Let's sweep the leg across. So we come back into our modified half lotus, cross-legged, or don't forget, if that feels wrong for you, you can bring here as well. Breathe in. As you breathe out, soften your shoulders. Walk yourself forward again.
See if you can let your head and shoulders melt down, surrendering through your lower back, mid-back, upper back, neck, crown of head. See if you can make your breath longer and slower. So maybe breathe in for 4, breathe out for 6, or if you can make it longer, breathing in for 6, breathing out for 8. Play with using your breath to let you get all deeper. And then rolling up. So this time we bring the other arm up and back. The option is first to maybe place your hand in the small of the top of your neck, or you could just gently press back, or you can reach the hand all the way around. And again, see if you can just lightly touch the fingertips. Option, you can use a belt or something if you want to. And I want you to feel the connection between your fingertips. And if you can't quite reach, just maybe think about having the hand on the back of your neck on the top hand, and the lower hand just pressing into your back. So you still create that open,
without having to pull on anything. Again, you can stay there and just focus on playing with your breath, just like we did before. In for 4, out for 6, or longer. If it feels nice, draw the belly in, let yourself fold forward, let the head drop, let the fingers be soft, and at any point you want to just let go and release the arms, you do.
Hold down, breathe and surrender. Okay, rolling up.
I think it's always nice to have a few lying down poses as well, hey? So let's take ourselves into a little bit of a hamstring stretch and also an IT band stretch. We work down the side of the leg here. This often gets tight if you do a lot of running, can pull the kneecap out of alignment. So often we forget to stretch this. I'm going to show you how. So rolling onto your back, pull the knee in towards the belly, and as you breathe out, extend the leg away. You can hold thigh, calf, ankle, but wherever you are, I want you to be able to bring your shoulder blades down to the floor, so we create that length from shoulder blades, middle of back to tailbone. Option if you want to open the front of the hip, extend the bottom leg away, and then just keep breathing in and out, letting gravity and breath slide your thigh towards your chest. But there's no pressure. So if you find you're here and you're pulling, you're fighting with that pose, I want you to breathe out and let go. Find a connection with your body and find a sense of harmony. Where can you go to find that stretch, to allow you to feel comfortable, but also to find a little more space in that stretch? Now take your opposite hand. It can come to thigh, calf or ankle. The other hand is going to anchor your hip bone to the floor, so we stay stable through the pelvis. Breathe in as you breathe out. Just draw the leg towards the opposite shoulder across your belly button. It's really important you keep your hips on the floor. The moment you tip, we lose that stretch down the side of the leg and it comes into the back. We want to bring it down to the outside of the leg. It might be supple, it might be small. Take a breath in and gently flex your foot. Now if you're like me and you have tight calves, I feel that a lot there. But see how you go. Draw the knee in. Let's change legs. Breathing in, catching, holding wherever feels right. But don't forget, if you want to hold any of these poses for longer, by all means, just pause and stay there. Use your breath to take you further. So where are your shoulders right now? How long is your spine? Can you feel gravity just opening up the back of your leg gently? Do you want to open your hip a little more? Play with your breath again. Slow, long. Bring it to IT band, so hand over the shin, the thigh or the calf. Again, anchor the hip down, draw the leg just a little bit across. Might feel tighter on one side than the other. And then breathe in as you breathe out. Draw the belly in, flex your foot. Ooh. And feel that stretch up the side of your leg. See if you can still keep your shoulders down and relaxed. Back into the center. Let's bring the knees in over your hips. Anchor your back to the floor. Just rest your hands on your knees. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the connection with your back along against the floor. Now breathe out. Just pull your knees towards you. Feel the length through the back. And then as you breathe in, you push away. So breathing out, we stretch. Breathing in, we reset to our long spine. reaching the arms out, breathing the shoulder blades down. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, gently roll your knees towards me. Bring your shoulders to the floor. See if you can just breathe in and breathe out. Find length down the back. Turn your eye again, so you're looking the opposite way to your knees to release the neck. As you breathe in and breathe out, see if you can slide your shoulder blades into the floor and away from your ears. Your option, if you'd like to advance this today, is to extend the top toe away. If you find your shoulder lifts a lot, then just bring the knee back in so we can stabilise the shoulder. Some of you may even be able to catch your big toe. By all means go there, or just stay where you are. Keep breathing then. Sit bone to the end of your heel if you're straightening your leg. Get knees back into the centre. And again, we're playing with just breathing out and breathing in. Connecting with your breath, feeling that sense of release through your back. If you find your neck is quite tight as well, just draw the chin and lengthen the back of the neck so you create that spinal alignment, not just from the tailbone to the top of your shoulders, but to the crown of your head. Breathe in, anchor your shoulder blades again. Just notice if your hands are higher than your shoulders, it's a lot harder to get them down. Bring them below your shoulder line, and then we can press the shoulders gently down. Drop the knees to the side. If you have any back discomfort, you can play with moving the knees higher or lower, but you can also pop a block under your knees if you need to. So don't let this be uncomfortable for you guys. Make sure you find what works for you. Again, if you want to, extend your top leg. Keep the shoulder anchored down. And as you breathe in and breathe out, play with those big long breaths again, breathing in for 4 or 6. And breathing out longer. Bring your knees together. Let's roll back into the centre. And let's roll our way up to standing gradually. So we're just going to roll your knees over. And we're going to come into child's pose. So you sit your butt back, you can reach your fingertips forward. You can change where you take your knees. So if you take your knees wider, you get a little bit of a nice stretch through the inner thigh. So if that feels uncomfortable for you, bring your knees closer. Let your head and shoulders rest down. Draw the shoulders back towards your hips. And just breathe. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Breathing in for 4 or 6. Breathing out for longer. Feeling the connection of your fingertips, your toes to the floor. Feeling the chest expand and contract with your breath. So you can bring your focus completely into you, your connection with the ground, your breath. Nothing else matters. Just you.